For starters, we've got some parts here from CMA. Woo!
What?
Oh, there she goes!
Dude, I could pull this jack out right now.
Alright, well, welcome back to another episode of Project Driveway. It's been a bit of a busy week this week due to we didn't get any filming done on the weekend because Friday night we were getting prepared for Saturday. We ended up heading up to Mount Buller. We didn't get any footage just because I was stacking everywhere, so I didn't really want to break the camera when I was carrying it. So we didn't get much footage, but Pat did get a little bit of footage on his Instagram story. If you do get over there and give him a follow, you'd see it. And then on Sunday, we headed out to Vivid Motorsports Broadford Track Day down there and checked that out. Had a bit of a watch, but it's now Tuesday, and I'll give it a start. We'll see how we go. So this week, I think we're just going to clean up the toaster a little bit. We've got a bits and pieces to clean up. For starters, we've got some parts here from CMA. We've got some upper engine cleaner. I can do that later. We've got a silicon reducer here. So there's that one. It's what, 38 to 34, or 38 to 38, 32 to 38 mil. We've got one and two. We've got a sticker we can put somewhere. I think that's all that's in there. No goodies, no lollies today. So we've got that box that can go down there. And we also have another box or a bag that's somewhere. This one, I think. We have this bag that has what are these? Silicon joiners. Silicon joiner. I think these are 34. I can't remember, but I've got two of one size and two of the other. I can't remember what I bought, but I'm pretty sure they're the right ones. So that one's pretty small. And I've got this thing. I can't remember what for. And there's the other one. So we'll start off with this. What them bits are doing. I bought a Turbo Smart blow-off valve, dual port. I'm following. I can't remember which one it was, but this one. And I've kind of just roughly hooked it up with some pipes that don't fit and big hose clamps and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take that off, and hopefully, if I've done my calculations correct, all that stuff that's over on the table will make this fit properly. So starting off, we'll take this off in a complete, so it's in its little shape. We'll bring it over the table. We'll mock that up to fit this, and we'll put it back on. Well, if all goes to plan. Let's give it a shot. Off. Yep. Cool. So what we have here is the blow-off valve recirc. So if I'm correct, 50% goes to the atmosphere, 50% goes back to the recirc. So you might be asking, why am I doing this? It's because this is actually for a Nissan, and I picked it up very cheap. And if people know what they're worth, they're very expensive. I did get it very, very cheap. That's why I'm, if you want to call it retrofitting, where this one is a 38 mil, if I remember, where the Subaru, they run a 34. Like so. I definitely need hose clamps on both ends, but kind of just test fitting. So let's go back over the car and test fit this. What we've got right there, if you can see, that is the recirc, and where that runs is from there underneath this manifold. back into the back of the, or back into the side of the inlet, which is here, which runs to the airbox, and the other side is the turbo. So what we need to do from there, I've hooked up this, so that end of that pipe should be a 34 mil, if I remember. So if that can go, that's a bit big, isn't it? But so it's I need to find out that reducer, but it seems to be a little bit big, which is weird. But oh, there goes the torch. But it's sort of in its rough direction. I need to shove it back a bit more, but it's kind of loose, which is weird because it should be tight. But I'll double check the sizing of it. But that's similar where it needs to sit. It needs to come over a little bit more to about here, and that's kind of done. That's exactly where it needs to be. So I'll mock that up to fit. Alright, so I haven't done much. I've just moved, there's a bit of wires that are in the way, and pushed the silicon down a little bit more, so it's kind of sitting where it needs to be. Yeah, pretty much the same length, so I reckon we can just put that on like that. So let's grab a screwdriver and get this little, so that goes over, let's you gotta get the brand names going, so that goes on like that. Oh, rest in peace bag. Don't you love it when you gotta look for that certain thing and you know it's around somewhere but you can't find it? It's like my life. I can't find them. And I betcha I'll stop looking for it, and then tomorrow comes and it'll be right in front of my eyes. Hey, look at that. Found it. So after all that, that don't even fit. So I'm going to have to try and find one somewhere. I'll have one lying around. I'll probably have to pull it off some old shit. Well, would you look at that? There's two of them. I'll get them. Alright, well that was a bit more effort than I thought. It's on. So it's all on. It's pretty stiff. Everything's tight. Hopefully nothing comes undone because it's not the easiest to get to. So we'll hope for the best. While we're here, I didn't really get to show off the fronts. The coilover install in the last video, so they're all in. This one was a little bit harder to get in for some reason. There must have been a little bit mill out in one of these studs, and I had to like shave a little bit of the hole, but that's on now. That side's on. Oh, I'm falling. Let's get the torch. They're the fronts. So beautiful. Lines are on. I might have to fix them because they're a bit twirly, but they're on. The other side's good. The rears are all good. They're all tight. I'm back. New day. Same episode, but you get the drift. So, quick recap on yesterday, even though you just watched it, but it's been 24 hours for me. I'm going to get this light onto this engine bay. Give me a sec. Got the blow-off valve there. I'm not exactly the happiest with it. It's sitting up a little bit high and it's on the piss a little, but OCD is kicking in hard, but I think she should be right. Give me a second opinion on that. And then we got some C. Look how beautiful they are. Coilovers. MCA Performances. I installed them last video. If you haven't seen, go check that out. But next in line to go on the Forester is I want to put on some front stickers for the calipers. So I'm going to go dig them out of wherever they are. Let me go find them. Alright, I found them. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but yeah. These were just off eBay. Apparently they're high temp, but I guess we'll find out once they're on. They were fairly cheap. I think they were like $10 or something, but apparently they're high temp, so it would have sucked if I cut straight through that. Imagine that. My luck, I would not be surprised. But I'm going to put these under the heater for a sec so they get all nice and soft. So we've got some light up in here now. So that's the front. They look very nice. So we do have the Sumimoto 4-pots off the WRX, some slotted rotors, MCA purple performance coils. We do have the HEL braided braid line behind there too. which is looking very nice. So let's get these stickers on. You can probably notice how bad of a spray job the fronts are, but oh well. That's the best we could do, I guess, in winter. Bit of backlog on that. We were fighting the temperatures, that's why we had so much trouble. We did figure out why it was cracking all the time. Same with Pat's spoiler, just because of the temperature, the paint was not enjoying it. But we'll definitely have to do Pat's spoiler in a warmer day. Definitely fucked it up. You fucking idiot, Blake. Oh well. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do to try and make this a bit better. I'm gonna get a blade and do it by hand. Alright, well it was easier doing it by hand, but I've got a few flicky bits. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go over with the blowtorch and hopefully flatten them out. Hopefully. Alright, well that didn't go to plan. That blowtorch didn't really work. I'm just going to leave it and do the other side instead. And it's on. That time I did it all by hand, made it a lot more easy. I didn't have to pull it all off again. But while we're here, I think I'm going to fix up this line and get the kink out of it, where it doesn't really matter because this side turns, but it annoys me. So I'm going to try and fix it, make it as straight as possible. Look who's here!
What's up? Welcome back to the Unprofessionals.
It's Friday. I've been recording during the week just to get some footage up. But during the week, that thing that I can't remember the name of, the blow valve's done, the stickers are done, Paddy's here. And now I think we're up to this. Hopefully nothing leaks from it. What this is the brake master cylinder. Exactly the same. Except the difference is this one is a 1/116th. Don't ask me what that one is, but it's smaller. So the one that's on the car now is off a GC8. And this new one is off a GD, so the Bug Eye, Blob Eye, I think Eagle Eye as well, where they just run a bigger piston. And because I'm running the 4-pot fronts, 2-pot rears, which are GD brakes, for more stopping power. Easy swap over, just plug and play. 1 line. 2 line and the 2 bolts. That's it. That's all it is.
Done deal.
That's it, yeah.
And then you can bleed the brakes.
That's correctamundo. We can put some fluid in there and bleed them and then get the car on its wheels if we get to that point. Yeah. But before I do that, I'll go over everything and double check all the bolts are tight. But yeah, stop that. Woo!
How dusty this thing is.
Yeah. Hey, remember this tool?
Yeah.
Friendly old Spider-Man.
I think we need some music. That's better, Blake.
Sleepy Pat. So after all that, the one that was already on the car was exactly the same. So I just put the old one back on because that was a waste of half an hour.
RIP.
Oh well. We wouldn't have found out if I didn't take it off. So I think I'm going to go around and bleed the brakes now that I've got a second pair of hands and Pat can get off the chair. No, give me your hands. Okay. Alright, so you've seen it many times that we've bled the brakes. Always, as you know, go from the furthest away from the ABS module, which you can't really tell.
Yeah. Furthest line away, which I'm assuming, yeah, would be that side.
Rear
Passenger
side. So we're going to start from there, and then rear driver's.
Passenger front, driver's front.
That's it.
And then probably go over one more time.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
there's nothing in
It's all air.
Nothing.
Flush it through.
nothing in the calipers, nothing in the lines at all.
So, yeah.
Maybe a little bit that's stuck in between, but that's about
Tiny
it.
bit.
Push all the air out.
Yeah.
Put
I
some
think-
wheels on. No.
Put it on fast forward.
You meant to do the thing. Yeah. Alright, done.
Don't make me shake.
Too much milk.
Alright, well that was a workout and a half for me. Pat had the good job, except for a sore leg. But as you've seen, all 4 brakes are bled. I went over again, just double checked, but they come up alright. Other than that, I had to swap one of the bleeders halfway through because it was rounded. So I'm lucky it came off, but that's all swapped. They should be alright. They seem to be pretty good, no questionables about it. At the minute, I'm going to clean up everything underneath the car, everything around the car, before I put the wheels on and get too excited to lower the car. But once everything's clean, the wheels are ready to go on.
Finally! Yeah. It's time, Blakey.
Yeah. Everything's all everything's all been cleaned up, ready for the wheels to go back on. But before I do that, have we got any more? I think we've got some KFC wipes. I'm going to give these rotors a wipe down because they are brand new.
Bit of oil.
Yeah, well, I did clean them, but just in case, because... Ha-ha! Your boy! Your boy's back at it again.
Cheap boy,
The
cheap.
goods. Look at that.
Gunk.
Really. I can't really do the back.
It's a Subaru STR.
Wheels on, rotor's looking nice, caliper is looking... Mish. Fleek! On fleek, fam.
No, that's not cool anymore.
Ah, not cool.
No, gotta wait for the next wave.
The next hype beasts.
Look at my high base shoes, bro.
Supras. Is that a Supra?
Is that Supra?
Is that a Supra?
Wheels are on. Finally. So, Blakey Boy, or Camber Squad, or Tilt Wheel Gang, is gonna just drop the car down. He's gonna go from side to side because he can't do it from the front. But the front camber is just, it's not like hectic, but is a lot compared to how it was just stock. The rear is, it's alright. But he's got a lot of adjustment. Plenty of time to muck around and dial it in. Like, it took me a long time to get it right.
Oh, there she goes!
Dude, I could pull this jack out right now. Damn, they set it to like stock height, dude.
Fuck, that's stiff. Gee, look at the tyres.
That's what you want.
There's no movement. Like, this thing's about to rip off.
Yeah, I know. I won't reef on that anymore.
There's no movement between the wheel and the guard. It's just straight tyre.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
The car's all on the floor. Pat picked out a good sight, if you want to say that. So the rear's hitting the bump stop. So I'm going to adjust the coils a little bit. So MCA want, what was it, 45 to 50 mil droop, as in, to try and put in easy words, the distance between it on the floor and up on jack stands, that wheel between the guard, how much movement there is between there. They want 45 to 50 mil. So I'm just going to adjust that now. Might as well do it once, do it right. So last night, me and Paddy were mucking around with all the settings and stuff.
Ooh, my clutch smells, bro.
Yeah, smelly.
Right on that clutch.
Shit. We were mucking around with all the settings on the coils. We did get all the bump stops fixed up. Now we're planning on doing the height, but I think I'll leave that to next episode.